In the dead of night, Jason and Maya venture deep into the menacing woods, the oppressive darkness swallowing them whole. The beam of Jason's flashlight cuts through the dense trees, a fragile beacon against the encroaching shadows. The rustling of unseen leaves whispers through the woods, hinting at hidden dangers lurking just beyond the light. Distant howls echo through the night, each one a chilling reminder of the wildness that surrounds them. Jason and Maya press on, their faces grim, knowing that every step deeper could be their last. The forest watches, an ancient, silent predator waiting for its moment to strike. The abandoned house stands silent, its dark windows like vacant eyes staring out into the night. The front door hangs open, creaking with each gust of wind, a macabre invitation into the unknown. Jason pauses at the threshold, his heart pounding with an unspoken dread. A wave of foreboding washes over him, chilling him to the core as he contemplates the darkness within. He steels himself, his resolve clashing with the primal fear that grips him. Dust and decay fill the air as Jason and Maya cautiously step into the abandoned house. Cobwebs brush against their faces, the silence amplifying Maya's growing fear. Maya clutches Jason's arm, her eyes wide, betraying her rising terror, her voice trembling. Maya whispers, "Jason, are you sure about this?" The shadows deepen as they venture further into the decaying structure. Deep within the abandoned house, Ethan cowers in a corner, a figure of utter despair. His eyes dart around, betraying a deep-seated fear that grips his very soul. A moment of desperate recognition flashes across his face as Maya's voice pierces the silence. "Ethan, we've been looking everywhere!" Her voice echoes through the desolate room, carrying a mix of relief and concern that cuts through the oppressive atmosphere. An unnerving silence fills the unknown location, shadows playing sinister games on the walls. Ethan stands alone, his face a canvas of raw desperation and impending doom. His eyes dart around the room, searching for any sign of hope in the oppressive darkness. Ethan's voice cracks, his warning a plea born of fear. "You shouldn't have come." A palpable sense of dread hangs heavy in the air, stifling any chance of escape. Ethan whispers, his voice filled with dread, "It's here." Jason, lost and bewildered, scans the unfamiliar surroundings, his eyes wide with confusion. His frustration mounts as he scratches his head, the picture of utter bewilderment. In a moment of realization, Jason utters, "What's here?" The question hangs in the air, unanswered, as Jason remains trapped in the enigmatic location. In the oppressive darkness of an unknown place, a chilling dread fills the air. Ethan huddles, a lone figure swallowed by the gloom, his voice barely a whisper in the suffocating silence. Ethan speaks of a relentless pursuer. Ethan's eyes dart nervously, haunted by the unseen presence. "It hunts me, and anyone with me." The weight of his words hangs heavy, promising doom to those nearby. In the abandoned house, a flashlight beam dances wildly, casting eerie shadows across the decaying walls. The shadows stretch and writhe, as if alive, deepening the sense of dread. A guttural growl echoes from the darkness, promising unseen horrors. The air grows heavy with anticipation, as the unknown presence lurks just beyond the light. In the desolate hallway of an abandoned house, Jason's flashlight cuts through the oppressive darkness, revealing the decay. An ominous shadow streaks across the wall, with unnatural speed, heightening the sense of dread. Maya's scream pierces the silence, a raw expression of terror. Jason whips around, flashlight beam dancing wildly as he searches for the source of the disturbance. The shadow lingers, a fleeting glimpse of something malevolent. Maya cowers, her eyes wide with fear as she stares at the wall where the shadow vanished. In the abandoned house, the three friends' frantic run echoes through the hallway. Each footstep resonates with the growing fear of the unknown chasing them. The floorboards groan under the weight of their desperation. A dark, creeping shadow threatens to engulf them. The friends struggle to escape the encroaching darkness. In the suffocating darkness of the abandoned house, a flashlight beam dances erratically, seeking to pierce the veil. The beam lands upon a distorted figure, its form stretched and unnatural, a monstrous silhouette against the decaying walls. The very air vibrates with a palpable dread, unseen energies swirling around the grotesque form. A deafening screech shatters the silence, a sound that promises to splinter the very bones of the house. Screech! The windows rattle violently, as if the house itself is recoiling in terror from the creature's piercing cry. The screech grows louder, threatening to shatter the fragile barrier between worlds. The air crackles with unspoken danger, tension stretched to its breaking point. Maya's face is a canvas of raw emotion, etched with urgency and growing fear. Her voice, a desperate plea piercing the silence. "Go now!" Her eyes dart around, fear intensifying. Desperate, they sprint through the desolate hallway. A misstep, a stumble, and Ethan crashes to the floor. The other person stops abruptly, turning back toward Ethan. Ethan lies prone, momentarily stunned by the fall. Panic flares as the reality of their situation sinks in. The hallway stretches into darkness, a silent witness to their plight. In the desolate hallway, Jason urgently attempts to hoist Ethan to his feet. Ethan resists, his eyes wide with stark terror, refusing to move. Jason's grip tightens, his expression a mix of determination and desperation as he continues to pull. Ethan remains motionless, his terror a palpable barrier, locking him in place. In the oppressive darkness, Ethan struggles against an unseen enemy, his face a mask of terror, his body twists in agony, every muscle strained as he fights a losing battle. Ethan's eyes widen in sheer horror, reflecting the unseen force that torments him. His voice cracks, a desperate plea escaping his lips as he begs someone to leave. "No, it wants me," Ethan cries out, his voice filled with rising panic. With final desperation, Ethan warns, "If you stay, it'll never stop." In the dimly lit room, dust motes swirl, illuminated by a solitary ray of light. The air is thick with unspoken tension, a palpable weight pressing down. Maya's voice cuts through the silence with a fierce declaration. "We're not leaving you." Her words echo, a defiant promise in the oppressive gloom. Before the ominous front door of the abandoned house, Jason and Maya confront a barrier of rusted metal and stubborn silence. Their combined strength meets unyielding resistance as they pull at the rusted door, their efforts echoing in the desolate night. Frustration ignites as Maya unleashes a kick against the unyielding barrier, the metallic thud resounding through the night. Their desperate screams pierce the silence, lost cries in a place where hope seems to wither with every passing moment. The locked door remains a silent sentinel, mocking their futile attempts to breach its rusted embrace. The oppressive shadow stretches, suffocating the air with its darkness. Tears stream down my face as I step into the abyss of dread. Each footfall echoes, amplifying the dread that claws at my throat. Silence amplifies the suffocating darkness, and the dread claws at my throat. The oppressive darkness seems to choke the air, amplifying the dread. In the dimness, Ethan's features are masked by elongated shadows, his voice reduced to a faint murmur. His eyes, pools of deep sorrow, reflect a harrowing blend of remorse and acceptance. With a voice choked with emotion, Ethan whispers, "Tell my mom I tried to come home." His words hang in the air, a final, heartbreaking plea echoing in the desolate space. The shadows deepen, consuming him as his last hope fades into the encroaching darkness. Silence descends, heavy and absolute, as Ethan's message drifts into the unknown. Before Jason and Maya can react, Ethan makes his fateful charge. Ethan lunges forward, a figure of defiance against the encroaching darkness. The shadowy form rushes to meet him, an ominous embrace. As he l'engulfement, the darkness intensifies. The front door stands as a gateway to the unknown. Darkness descends as the lights flicker and die, plunging Jason and Maya into suffocating blackness. The silence amplifies, broken only by the sound of their ragged breathing. Each breath echoes in the darkness, a stark reminder of their isolation. The oppressive darkness seems to close in, heightening their fear. In the dead of night, the abandoned house stands as a silent sentinel. The front door erupts inward, splintering into pieces as Jason and Maya burst out into the frigid air. Their escape spills them into the cold embrace of the night, their breaths crystallizing in the air. Gasping, they stumble away from the threshold of horrors, seeking any semblance of safety in the darkness. The chilling air bites at their exposed skin, a stark reminder of their desperate plight. They vanish into the inky blackness, two fleeing figures, swallowed by the night's vast expanse. On the overgrown lawn, they collapse, their bodies trembling with lingering terror. Each breath is a ragged testament to their harrowing escape. The abandoned house looms behind them, a silent sentinel of dread. Its ominous presence amplifies the weight of their ordeal. The air hangs heavy, pregnant with unspoken horrors. In the oppressive darkness, Maya stands, a solitary figure consumed by shadows. Her voice, a mere whisper, betrays the terror seizing her. He was right. The chilling truth dawns upon her, each word laced with mounting fear. It only haunts the one who's chosen. Her frame trembles as the realization of her fate sinks in, her eyes widening in dawning horror. The abandoned house looms, a silent sentinel of forgotten memories. Jason's eyes reflect a storm of dread as he stares at the house. His face is etched with anguish, a single tear tracing a path down his cheek. The house seems to watch back, its darkened windows like empty eyes. Jason trembles, caught between fear and a haunting past. The air hangs heavy with unspoken stories and chilling secrets. In the dimly lit room, Jason sits alone, concern etched deeply into his face. His posture intensifies, reflecting the weight of unspoken fears. He leans closer, his voice barely audible, a whisper lost in the shadows. The silence amplifies the gravity of his question. Then who's next? The room seems to hold its breath, awaiting an answer that may never come. Beneath the cloak of night, Jason and Maya sprint into the heart of the woods, their hearts pounding in unison with the frantic rhythm of escape. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig amplifies their terror as the forest symphony turns into a chorus of unseen threats. The trees loom like silent sentinels, their shadows stretching long and menacing across the path ahead, each step a gamble in the deepening darkness. The air grows heavy with the scent of damp earth and unseen dangers, their breath misting in the cold as they push themselves to the limit. The forest, once a sanctuary of nature, now transforms into a labyrinth of fear, each rustle and shadow heightening their sense of isolation and dread. In the suffocating darkness, every sound becomes a harbinger of doom, their hope dwindling as the woods close in around them, trapping them in a nightmare of their own making. Jason sits alone in the oppressive darkness of his apartment, every corner concealing unseen terrors. The shadows lengthen and twist, transforming familiar shapes into monstrous figures that dance at the edge of vision. Each creak of the old building echoes like a ghostly footstep, amplifying the silence and driving icy tendrils of fear deeper into Jason's heart. The room is filled with silence, yet Jason hears the floorboards creak. He is wide awake, trapped in a waking nightmare, where reality and illusion blur into a terrifying tapestry of paranoia. Every nerve on high alert, Jason remains locked in place, a prisoner of his own fear. In the dead of night, Maya lies awake, her eyes fixed on the ceiling, lost in thought. The creature's faceless form looms large in Maya's mind, a dark presence haunting her thoughts. A chill runs down Maya's spine as the image intensifies, the faceless figure growing ever closer. She struggles to shake off the vision, but the creature's presence remains, a haunting reminder of unseen horrors. Sleep evades her as the night stretches on, the faceless creature a constant companion in the darkness. Life in town attempts to return to normal, but the shadow of Ethan's sacrifice looms large. Jason walks past the bakery, where he and Ethan often shared laughs. His steps falter, his gaze distant. Maya pauses near the old oak tree where Ethan carved their initials, her heart heavy with unspoken words. They navigate their lives apart, haunted by the silent agreement to keep their distance for their own safety. The town, once a place of shared dreams, now holds the constant reminder of what they've lost, forever altering their path. Sunlight floods the vibrant coffee shop as Jason sits alone, a book open before him. Yet his unease is palpable. A prickling sensation crawls up Jason's neck, an unseen presence stirring his senses. His eyes dart to the street, searching, as if pulled by an invisible thread. Across the street, a shadowy figure stands cloaked in morning light, an enigma veiled in the everyday. Jason explodes from the coffee shop, his gaze frantically searching for his target. His eyes dart through the bustling street, a desperate hunt in broad daylight. The figure has disappeared, leaving Jason in a sea of anonymous faces. Adrenaline surges as his heart pounds, the city amplifying his rising panic. Alone in her house, Maya is startled by a noise from downstairs. A wave of tension washes over her. She freezes, listening intently. She grabs a knife from the kitchen counter, her pulse quickening, heart pounding. Maya cautiously approaches the top of the darkened staircase. Each creak of the steps amplifies the silence, heightening the suspense. Slowly, she descends into the unknown. Maya tears through the living room, her desperation palpable. The fruitless search intensifies her anxiety. Defeated, Maya turns, ready to abandon her quest. A flicker of shadow dances on the wall, arresting her attention. Intrigue and apprehension fill her eyes as she stares at the wall. A sudden, deafening bang shatters the silence, jolting Jason awake. His heart races as he sits up, the darkness amplifying his fear. Eyes darting, he scans the room, seeking the source of the disturbance. Every shadow seems to conceal a threat, every creak heightening the tension. The silence returns, yet Jason remains alert, his senses on high alert. In the dimly lit apartment, Jason rises from the bed, his movements betraying a heavy weariness. Each step is measured, as if fighting against an unseen weight. He approaches the door, an unseen sound capturing his full attention. He leans in, ear pressed against the cold wood, seeking the source of the sound. Jason approaches the door with bated breath, his senses on high alert as he prepares to confront the unknown. He slowly opens the door, revealing an empty hallway, the silence adding to the suspense. The hallway stretches into shadow, the scratching sound growing louder, heightening the sense of unease. The silence is broken only by the persistent scratching, a haunting reminder of an unseen presence. Jason advances down the hallway, drawn by an unsettling sound. The dim light reveals a small, dark figure huddled in the corner. He approaches cautiously. The figure still remains motionless. As Jason draws nearer, the figure makes no move. He stops, now close enough to discern more details of the mysterious shape. The silence deepens, broken only by Jason's cautious breathing. A lone figure appears, its form indistinct in the dim light. Closer now, the heartbreaking sound of soft weeping pierces the silence. A small child, tears streaming down their face, their tiny frame trembling with sorrow. The child's quiet sobs echo in the otherwise silent apartment. Jason, kneeling on the worn carpet, creates an atmosphere of gentle concern. In a hushed tone, Jason softly asks, "What's wrong?" Jason's face is etched with empathy. His gentle question hangs in the air. The silence underscores the gravity of the moment. In Jason's apartment, a child's innocent smile turns chilling as rows of sharp, pointed teeth are revealed. The scratching intensifies, a harbinger of unseen dread. A sweet smile morphs into something sinister, the scratching a soundtrack to the unfolding nightmare. The smile widens, each tooth a tiny blade promising pain. The scratching grows louder, closer, as the child's eyes gleam with malevolent intent. Maya's scream pierces the silence as a looming shadow threatens to engulf her. In a desperate act of defense, I raise the knife, its cold steel glinting in the dim light. The knife trembles slightly in my grasp, reflecting the fear that grips me. The shadow closes in, and the fate of Maya hangs in the balance. In the confines of his apartment, Jason faces an unimaginable terror as the child's form begins to contort. The child's innocent features twist into something unearthly, a grotesque mockery of youth. A silent scream builds within Jason as he witnesses the impossible transformation unfold before him. The air crackles with an unseen energy, the very fabric of reality bending to accommodate the monstrous change. Jason's mind struggles to comprehend the nightmare taking shape, his sanity teetering on the brink. The apartment seems to shrink around them, the walls closing in as the child's transformation reaches its horrific climax. In the dim confines of her house, Maya is cornered, a looming shadow pressing in. The darkness closes in, a suffocating presence that robs Maya of breath and hope. The shadow tightens its grip, and Maya's heart pounds in her chest. In a moment of desperation, Maya fights to break free from the encroaching darkness. A silent scream tears through the air as Maya braces against the suffocating force. The shadow continues to dominate, an inescapable force that threatens to consume Maya entirely. A sharp, piercing screech fills Jason's apartment, shattering the silence. The child begins to thrash violently, its small limbs stretching and twisting at impossible angles. With terrifying speed, the child's elongated limbs wrap around Jason, trapping him in a horrifying embrace. Jason is trapped, ensnared by the child's unnatural strength. Maya struggles, her silhouette twisting against the encroaching shadow. Her eyes widen, reflecting the dread that consumes her. The shadow tightens its hold, a silent battle waged in the dim light. Terror grips Maya as she fights against the darkness. Her struggles become weaker. The shadows close in. The silence shatters as Jason's screams reverberate through the building. His desperate cries echo, painting a vivid picture of unimaginable horror. The child's form looms, an embodiment of dread, slowly consuming Jason. Darkness envelops him, and his screams fade into nothingness. Under the cloak of night, an abandoned house looms, its vacant windows like eyes staring into the abyss. The silence of the night is broken only by a faint, unsettling scratching that whispers from within the haunted walls. Each sound amplifies the sense of desolation, hinting at unseen entities lurking within the decaying structure. The house remains, a silent sentinel guarding secrets buried deep within its shadowed rooms. A solitary flower lies on Ethan's grave, a silent testament to a life now past. The camera moves slowly, unveiling the endless rows of headstones. Each marker stands as a solemn reminder of lives lived and stories untold. The vast cemetery stretches to the horizon, a sea of stone under the open sky. Silence blankets the scene, broken only by the whisper of the wind. Total darkness envelops the screen, a canvas of absolute nothingness. A faint, unnerving scratching sound pierces the silence, stirring unease. The scratching intensifies, amplifying the sense of dread and mystery. The sound gradually fades into silence, leaving only the void.